So we're on the field, it's early March, and we've been trying to do an update video for the last couple of weeks to show you what we've been up to. But the wind has been so strong up here that, well, it's not even that strong, but just for an iPhone that we're recording this on, you just can't hear anything. So we've got lots of lovely videos of us miming along trying to describe what's happening. So I thought I'd do one today now that it's nice and clear, and yeah, give you a little tour of what we've been doing. But I'll start up here with the borehole. So this is a big step for us. We've now got our own borehole on site, so we're able to produce water that that for drinking water eventually. At the moment it's untreated, unfiltered, so only good for building work. This blue pipe they added in 2 or 3 weeks ago now to pump some water out. As you can see, the place is a complete quagmire because of it. They've taken that water away to do some tests, so we should hear back relatively soon, and we'll know exactly how many filters we're going to need. Probably particle filters, definitely, because that's just standard, and probably some iron filters as well. There's another well in that field over there, sort of behind those trees, and that has an iron filter, and we're uphill from that, so we kind of assume we'll probably have the same thing. As you can see from the work we've already had done, they've really churned up the ground. This doesn't look too bad. It looks like I'm complaining about nothing. But here's some other shots from further down the field towards the entrance, and you can really see just how much they've gone into the ground. Not their fault at all. They have to get. It's effectively a big converted tractor that they use to drill the borehole. It weighs a couple of tons. The air compressor on the back is 3.5 tons alone. They've got to drag it up a wet hill, so this is exactly what I would expect to happen, but it's still one of those things. Another thing that we're going to have to factor in is repairing all this, trying to get that soil level back to where it should be, because of course now it's all compacted and dried, and it doesn't really want to budge anywhere at all. Here you can see some of the paneling we've very half-heartedly laid down to kill some of these weeds, but all this new nettle growth, all of this has been in the last 10 days. So we're going to need to do something a little bit more than this plastic, I think. The plastic was working well to start with, probably still is. Well, you can see we don't have the money at the moment to buy rolls of new plastic, so we're having to use the stuff that we've had on site from when it used to be a farm, and it's just not really doing the job. I mean, stuff's dying under there, but it's just the scale of it. We need a half acre of plastic really to cover this top section alone, to cover up to about there. Roughly there, I think. We're going to have a fence along there, or a hedge along there, to cut this whole section off, and a polytunnel there to box it in. But this entire area, this all needs to be scraped really. Scraped, new soil down, start again. What we do with it all, I don't know. Another one of our half-hearted projects up here. Today this is going to be finished off properly. Luckily, I started this thinking I had all the tools I needed, sledgehammer and some posts, but these things just won't go in the ground. So I bought a post hole digger, which I've got with me down there, so I'm going to bring that up, dig some proper holes later. I brought a drill because this sheeting is too thick to get the screws through, so I'm going to drill some holes, patch this up properly, and make a nice little compost out of it. And we can start cutting the grass then, and mow through all these weeds and get them chucked on there, get the compost going. So another thing we've been working on is the barn itself, clearing the barn. We had a great group of friends come over within a couple of weeks of us getting the barn, just to help clear the main area, which was absolutely packed with wood. They were amazing. They were here for all day, getting wood out of there. We had a bonfire going for about 12 hours probably, and burnt long into the night after we'd gone. We burnt a lot of the wood that was covered in paint and was really horrible stuff that you would never want to burn in a room where you were breathing. So we chucked all that on, including an entire staircase. That was a different day, but we burnt an entire staircase that we found behind some stuff. We sorted everything out. There was a lot of wood that was usable, so we've made stacks of usable wood, stacks of big rafter type wood that we'll hopefully be able to use to make dining tables out of, and other bits of furniture, benches to have around the field. But it really cleared the place up and let us see the footprint of the room a bit more, which is ideal, because we had the architects arrive a few days later to draw up their initial plans. We also started work with my dad, taking down the old stone wall between the field and the cowshed to firstly get rid of some of the trees that are casting shadows over the house, which is obviously going to affect our solar generation. So we've cleared that back, and we're also going to cut down the top third off of what's left behind just to reduce the coverage a bit. And we then have been able to give access to the guys who are here to get rid of the cowshed. So they have access now, they can get in. You can probably hear them banging in the background as they, while I'm filming this voiceover, they're busy hammering away, taking the steel down. Anything else that you can think of that we've done? Anything, Izzy? Anything that we've done?
Clearing out.
Clearing out?
Lots of
Izzy, what have you been doing, Izzy? Struggling for freedom.
She's learned to crawl in the last few
You
months.
have, yeah. You've learned to crawl and almost walk, and you've grown 2 teeth. In the space of time, Daddy has removed some rocks from a wall and put some black plastic down on the top there. So you're definitely winning in the productivity area. Yes. Yes, you are. You are. You are. Well done. Ah.